Today we're going to go over the updates to the user setup page. And on the user setup page, there's a few additional items that you can search by, but your search results also include additional information, including the user's email, phone, their approval limit, the last time they logged in, and if you're using single sign-on, their single sign-on identity. When we create a new user, there are changes in creating a new user. You still need to give them a login. You can choose to have their password not expire. I do not recommend this for standard users. However, there are instances in which this may be useful or needed for a password to not expire. The password requirements are handled from the client info page, which will be addressed on a later video, in which you can choose your complexity. So uppercase, lowercase, number, and special character, as well as the length and the expiration time period, lockout time period, and reuse time period. If you do not want the user to require their password to be updated at the update period, then you can check the password does not expire. The user does need an email address, a first name, a last name. If they are going to be approving non-purchase order invoices, you will choose their max approval limit. If you're using single sign-on, you will enter their single sign-on identity. If you are using divisions, you will assign the individual division or the division group that they should have access to. And then you will assign their security profile. Security profiles for clients include AP admin, which is your lower use AP. They can generally search for all items, but maybe cannot add new users or change approval limits, things like that. Your super user is your highest level, in which you can enter users, change approval groups, different things like that. Your general users are approver for your non-PO approval groups, buyer for your purchase order users. All vendors will be assigned vendor level 1. If you have a need for an auditor individual or somebody who just needs access to the site to view all invoices but not be able to approve, change, edit, or alter, then you can provide them auditor ability. And your view only is view only special approval group. And that would be for users who are not part of an approval group, but need to be able to see invoices that are in an approval group. When you click on Save, the user email address that was entered will get an email immediately that has in it a password reset link. The actual password is not set anywhere in the system. The email that is sent and the link that is included has a timeout period on it. Typically, that is set to 1 hour. The user will click on the link and it will take them directly to the production site, and it will require them at that point to enter their password, the password that they are choosing to enter at that time. That password must follow the complexity rules as is set up on the password page. Only then does a password get assigned to the user. That password is encrypted within the database. There is no access to that password for any user. If the user does need to have their password reset, there are 2 ways in doing it. They could do it from the login page, or on an existing user, there is a password reset button here at the password area, in which a authorized user can select that the password needs to be reset at that point. When you are all done, you click on Save. If you are editing, once you are done with your editing, you go ahead and click Save and exit the page.